I think we got to talk about Anthony Schwartz. I know we just sat here and talked about how we're not putting too much into a preseason game, but if anybody needed to kind of show out this preseason and then training camp, it was this guy, and he gets hurt again in training camp, and then he gets to start in this game and play with Deshaun, and he comes out and looks awful. He looks awful. It looks like he's afraid to get hit.
We talked about this guy a few times already leading up to this as one of those guys that we need to see a big step from him this season, and so far, not happening.
Yeah, I'm not going to say – I don't think Andrew Berry's missed on many picks.
This one he missed on.
I'm
willing to say it.
I'm trying my hardest not to just bail on the guy already. But, oh, man.
He was your pick for a bust.
He was my pick for a bust. Somebody actually commented on TikTok, who's here after the first preseason game, because I look like a future teller.
A future teller.
A future teller.
They call it that now.
He's just got brick hands, and I don't see his speed translate to football speed. There's, Usain Bolt's the fastest guy ever, but on a football field, he probably wouldn't play fast.
No, he wouldn't make a team.
You know what I mean? And so there's a difference between just straight line track speed and football speed. That's why you see these guys who don't necessarily perform well at the combine, like a running back might run a 4.5 or a 4.6, but then he gets on a team and he's just football fast. And you see him pull away from people and stuff like that.
That's what we're hoping out of David Bell.
Yeah.
Because he didn't test real well at the combine, but on the football field, supposedly, he's been looking really good.
Yeah.
Like the crazy thing with Schwartz too is he gets open. He can't catch the damn ball, which I could be way off here, but isn't that pretty important as a wide receiver in the NFL is to catch the damn ball?
Maybe he can play corner.
Just bat it down.
Just bat it down.
Yes, get hands on it. I don't know.
I think you're right, Blake. He does look afraid to get hit. He looks scared.
He looks scared.
He looked scared last year.
And the thing that sucks is you can't even, like I said, we tried to run end arounds gave him a couple rushes last year that didn't work. You can't put him at punt return or kick return because he sucks at that. You know what I mean? It's like where do you put this guy? In the Browns, I think he'll end up making the team because we're so thin at wide receiver, but he's lucky we're extremely thin at wide receiver because you can't get return kicks, can't return punts, can't catch the ball on you can't run your run plays. I just don't know what to do with him.
And if we cut him, does anybody else sign him?
With that speed, he'll get signed, but it'll be he won't make much money.
Speed's the only thing.
I'm almost with you. I think that I know we're not deep at wide receiver, but there's literally nothing. They had Jamarcus Bradley returning kicks, which it was kind of odd because we kind of thought that was going to be a Felton deal. But, I'm not sure I know it sounds crazy, but I'm still not sure he even makes the team. He's been awful. He needs to be in front of a jugs machine for the next week. Just that's all day. Right
turn it up.
Yeah, as high as it can
to
go.
100.
No moves, just standing and catching.
It's bad. It's bad, and he hasn't played well since the Kansas City game last year. You remember after week 1 last year, we thought, holy crap, Schwartz might be something. We might have found something there, and then he has done literally nothing since. And I saw somebody commented on one of our videos that said even his first catch in the NFL last year could have been a touchdown, but he fumbled it 5 times before he caught it. And so he ended up he couldn't, if he would have caught it in stride, it would have been a touchdown. And it's just one thing after another. And then he can't stay healthy.
Right. Yep.
And it's just, although I feel like if you got a leg injury, then sit a chair in front of the jugs machine.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? You can do it sitting down.
Yeah.
Catch the ball. In practice, I wouldn't let him wear gloves in practice.
No, yeah.
I'd be like, you're catching these gloveless. And then when you can do that, then we'll let you wear gloves in the game, and it should be just easy. Make practice harder than the game because, man.
And with the Browns receiving room, the opportunity for a guy to step up right now and really make something for himself on this team, the opportunity is right there. He's got it right in front of him. They're giving it to him. They're saying, you have the opportunity to do this. And he can't do it.
Letting him start told me they want him to be the number 3.
Sure they do. We all do. That's what he was drafted to be. That's what he's here. It's in his second year. He's got some experience, but he sucks.
I haven't read anything about him struggling in practice.
He hasn't got to practice. He got hurt.
Browns fans, we just want to take a quick break in the action to remind you about DraftKings. DraftKings changed the fantasy game forever in 2012. Now, 10 years later, they're doing it again with Rainmakers Football, their first ever NFT fantasy game. A new way to enjoy daily fantasy football, a new shot to win millions in prizes, and the only NFT fantasy game licensed by the NFLPA. Playing Rainmakers Football is simple. Buy, sell, bid, and win player cards of the biggest names in the game through regular drops and auctions. Build your collection of football stars and enter free Rainmaker football contests all season long to compete for millions in jaw-dropping prizes. Each week, craft your lineups of athletes from your NFT collection and rack up points for touchdowns, receptions, and more, just like you would in daily fantasy football. The next generation of fantasy sports is almost here. Download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now. Sign up with promo code TPPN. Click the Rainmakers title and opt in so you can be ready for the next drop. Play free for millions in prizes all football season and build the ultimate NFT fantasy franchise with Rainmakers Football. That's promo code TPPN only at DraftKings. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.